Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be running through my full day of eating. I'm going to show you all the foods I'm having and how they support my goals. I'm about a week and a half post South Korea and 2.5 weeks out of HYROX Melbourne, which means I'm in a pretty decent deficit at the moment, around about 1,000 calories a day. So I'm going to show you the foods that I have to help me perform and keep full during this deficit. So my first meal is what I call a post-workout meal, and for most days it's also a pre-workout meal for my second session. Now I do train pretty early most days, so I don't eat before training the first session. It's usually just a weight session, so it's not as important to get that nutrition in as it would be if I was doing a HYROX session, run session, where my heart rate's gonna be higher for elevated periods of time. So this first meal is gonna be a post-workout meal and also a pre-workout meal for my next session, which is gonna be a HYROX one today. So I'll get to making that, and then we'll run through all the foods I'm having and why I'm having them, how they're going to support the rest of the day. Meal one is in front of me. This one comes to about 800 calories, 100 grams of carbohydrates, 17 grams of fat, and about 60 grams of protein. So lots of carbohydrates, lots of protein there, which is going to obviously help my protein goals and my performance goals. Starting off with the first thing, it's sourdough with avocado on top. So I've got seeded sourdough here, a little bit extra nutrition, fiber with the seeds, and sourdough, a little bit low GI, so absorption, digestion, a little bit slower there. On top, avocado, that's our fats for this meal, nice and healthy, again, fiber in them fats too. Now the second part of the meal, this one's always a staple. It's the yogurt and fruit. I'll always have that throughout the year. In an ideal world, I'll have natural Greek yogurt. Today I don't, I got the Chobani Fit. Still a great option, very low in calories there, high in protein. So for this meal here, the protein source is that yogurt, and always is that yogurt. For the fruit, I got a banana. That one is a staple year round, easy to get year round, so always have the banana. Great for the potassium, obviously the carbohydrates in that too. Then our other fruit here is a pineapple. Don't always have pineapple, just depends what the store has. It's usually pineapple, mango, some type of berry or something for the secondary fruit. Sometimes I'll add some more, but today we got the pineapple, which has got great vitamin C, obviously fiber again, antioxidants. Basically the fruit, it's great for that nutrition. So this meal here, as you can see, it's just focused on getting carbohydrates in, the protein in with the yogurt, but also all these things have great nutrition along with it. That's gonna become a common factor. Most of my foods are high in nutrition, and I'd say do the same with your foods. Help us to keep full, obviously perform our best, feel our best, and just be the healthiest we can be. Today's meal one, I'm gonna smash that down so I can get that recovery process started, get the fuel in for my HYROX session. After HYROX, it will be lunchtime, where we'll then go through that whole meal, and I'll go through the foods again and let you know why I'm having them ones and how they're gonna support my goals for the rest of the day and week and year and basically life. Meal two is here. This one is coming in around about 800 calories again. Lots of protein in it, 93 grams. Carbohydrates sitting at about 50 grams, probably a little bit lower than usual, but still a good amount. And fats, probably a little bit higher than usual, sitting at 28 grams. So starting off with our protein, we've got chicken breast, which is nutrient dense, low in fat, very high in protein. That's where most of our protein is coming from. With the carbohydrates, we've got a couple of our healthier things like lettuce, tomato, and then on the side here, I've got some of the sourdough from breakfast, because I couldn't stop thinking about it during the HYROX workout. So got some of that there, probably make a sandwich or something out of this stuff. So lettuce, tomato, lots of micronutrients in that one. Again, the sourdough, good amount of fiber in there, still got a decent amount of micronutrients, especially with the seeded bread. The fats for this meal, it's coming from olive oil, what we cooked in, very nutrient dense, but obviously not heaps of that. Avocado again, just to mix in the salad. I love having avocado with most of my meals. And the QP mayo, so the mayo I'm using in the salad there is where the rest of the fats are coming from. So again, good mixture of stuff here, some things I haven't had and some reoccurring things throughout the day. Basically the aim on this one is getting lots of protein in after the 2 training sessions I have done. Like I said, ideally I'd probably like a little bit more carbohydrates in this meal, but 50 grams is still a good amount, and it's gonna start recovering that the glycogen stores. Fat, slightly higher than usual, but that's okay. It's good, healthy fats coming in there again. So up next, we'll touch on the supplements I have during my day, and then after that, it'll be dinner time. Now on the supplements, there are only a handful that I actually take regularly. One of them being creatine. I have a double dose here because the double dose has been shown to give a little bit more benefit, especially in the mind. Great for performance, muscle gain, all the usual stuff there. We got beta alanine. This one's not going to help that much, but it does help a little bit more with endurance stuff. Got magnesium. I'm not going to have that now. I usually have one of them about an hour before bed. Last time I got my blood test, a little bit low in magnesium, so I've been having that. And usually a greens powder. I'm probably pissing most of this out, but if not, Hopefully it is helping. I've just got it, so I have it every day. They're the ones that I usually regularly take each day. I do have fish oil too if I'm a little bit lower on fats, or if I don't have the omega-3s especially. Usually have anywhere from 4 to 6 of them a day when I do have them. Today, I won't be having any though. And if I do have anything else, it's probably only gonna be electrolytes. Again, maybe on double training days or when I'm sweating a lot more, which I should have definitely had today, but I haven't. So that's the supplements I have. Now for me, I'm gonna get on to making tea because it's 5:30. It's getting on a little bit. Then, once I have that ready, we'll go over that meal and see what I eat there. Oh, plus dessert. Dinner is served. So this is the last meal of the night for me, and it's broke up into 2 main parts. Dinner typically is the highest calorie meal for myself, and that's just because I like to eat more at night time. I also try and make dinner very high volume and lower calories with them foods. So for example, I've got oats here, a little bit more filling. So starting on the first one, we have got chicken. This chicken is from lunch. When I do make my lunches and cook things, cook meats in particular, I try and make it so I can have it for dinner too, just save a little bit of time there. I've got some mixed veggies, obviously great for the micronutrients. 2 eggs. This is where most of my fats are coming from, the eggs here. And again, eggs are super nutritious. Got some potatoes, again, super nutritious, and they got some carbohydrates there. If we move over to our oats, I've made the oats with almond milk, so that's got some fat in there too, nutritious again, calcium, things like that. And I've topped the oats with some mixed berries. Again, antioxidants, nutritious again. So once again, if we look at this whole meal, it's very nutritious. Lots of different types of nutritious things, so we don't just have one type of thing. Fruit all day long is great, yes, but then we're gonna miss out on things that veggies, eggs, the meats and all that can give us. So a good mixture of things to finish the night off. Like I said before, the oats, they're very filling here, and that's why I like to finish dinner on the oats, because I don't want to go to bed hungry, especially while I'm on such a large deficit like I have been. All up, my calories today have been a bit over 2,500, so not that much when I'm doing a double training day. Oh, I also did have a couple extra pieces of bread at lunchtime, so that's why it's a bit over 2,500 calories. In the end, lots of protein, a good amount of carbohydrates still to help me perform. And the fats, they're a little bit lower, but they're sitting around 70 grams. And because the fats I am getting, it's very healthy fats. So while I am on the lower end of things like the fats and the carbohydrates, I am making the most of it, which obviously helps with my performance and just keeping me full throughout the day and making sure I'm getting all the nutrition I need. That is my day on a plate. This is what a regular day sort of looks like for me. The foods do vary a bit, but usually this is what it looks like. It's not always eating out or doing silly things like that, because I like to feel good, perform well, and just enjoy life as much as I can. So the foods like this help me do that. So hopefully you took a little bit away from this video. Maybe you're gonna add some of these foods to your diet, and hopefully they do help you a lot. And maybe I even gave you some tips throughout. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.